This is the second video of 3 videos. The first was a 3-minute introduction. This is the 5-minute introduction. Michael Pigon as a guest in La Habra, California, the Lockman Foundation, guest of Pike Lambeth. Thank you for having me. In 1990, when I started life as a new Christian at 25 years old, I noticed what a lot of scholars noticed, and that is the Bible, the Gospels seem to be chronological. So what happened was, fast forward 10 years to 2000 and the advent of personal computing, I solved the conundrum or the puzzle that's called the harmony of the Gospels. I proved the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry, and that's because of the advent of personal computing. So this is a 6-foot spreadsheet that I developed in 2000, and all you had to do is take the chapter headings and subheadings from a standard Pew Edition Bible. Here I have Nelson Publishers, New King James Version. Right after Revelation, for example, comes a harmony of the Gospels. So harmony of the Gospels appear in all study Bibles, for example, in many Pew Edition Bibles. So I just took the chapter headings and subheadings, and what I found, if you're interested in the true timeline of Christ's earthly ministry, also called the harmony of the Gospels, is that Matthew is out of sync with Mark and Luke in exactly 4 blocked sections, as if pieces of parchment had been displaced during handling. So this block just comes up here to where it naturally aligns with Mark and Luke. Here's the second block. That material is right here. It just comes up here to fit. The third block is right here, so that material is right there. You just bring it up here, and then this fourth block, it just comes right there like that. And everything else lines up from top to bottom. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they line up chronologically. They are an orderly account from top to bottom, except for these very obvious 4 displaced blocks of Matthean text. So what happened in 2,000 years of scholarship, of frustration, people trying to harmonize the Gospels, is that without having seen these 4 obviously displaced blocks of Matthean text, they lost confidence in harmonizing Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So there's been a lot of speculative scholarship that this poster shows now we can have confidence to align the scriptures from top to bottom. So if there's something that's kind of scandalous about this project, one of the very prolific themes is that Christ's ministry, when we just align those 4 blocks, Christ's ministry is a 2-year ministry. And we can follow the seasons because of John's gospel. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. This is Tabernacles, John 7, 8, 9, and 10. Winter, John 10, 22, the Feast of Dedication. And then this last bit right here, which we popularly call Passion Week. So this is a first year. From John 2 to John 6, Passover to Passover is a year. John 6 to John 12 is the second Passover to the third Passover. And that's a year. And then we have extensive material beginning at John 12, which is what we popularly call Passion Week. So to prove that these 4 displaced blocks harmonize with where they naturally occur with Mark and Luke, I took all the text from this affected area of these 4 displaced blocks of Matthean text. And that is this 13-foot poster right here. So if you were to read Matthew, Mark, and Luke, left to right, top to bottom, you would read narrative. You would read the orderly account. You would read the sensical, step-by-step, relationship-by-relationship story of Jesus' summer, autumn, winter. Summer, autumn, winter, after John chapter 5. So in my thesis-driven research paper at Azusa Pacific University, 2008, I successfully defended my dual thesis. The first is that in 2000, I definitively identified these 4 displaced blocks of Matthean text. And as I said, as readers and studiers of the New Testament, we have permission to read these 4 displaced blocks of Matthean text according to where they align in Mark and Luke, because of the two-witness principle established by Moses, Jesus, and Paul. So I invite you to the third of these 3 videos, 15-minute presentation. I'll walk you through a bit more of the scholarship regarding the harmony of the Gospels solved. Michael Pigon, La Habra, California, a guest at the Lockman Foundation. August 22nd, 2000. Yeah.